findings of my research paper is the research is done on the Negro racism by taking the context of I Have a Dream, the last speech of King Martin Luther. The findings are found after analyzing the text as well as context are not cultural and usual as though trend to appear. I am here to explain that color difference is the main root of low self-esteem in the post society because society encourages people with good color, fair color, good clothes, personality rather than their deeds. This point is elaborated by aiming at the deep meaning speech of King Martin Luther, I have a dream. Everyone wants to live a facilitated and luxurious life, but sometimes these wishes become an extreme desire because of racism and the color discrimination. Their desires lead them towards depression and they become hopeless even for those things which can be attainable by them. There are a lot of things for Negroes as well as minorities for which they can get hope and make their morale and spirit high. The concept of race equal society is also founded in the speech and then is discussed in the undertaken topic. This behavior is common in middle class and black people of the society and affected them severally. Conclusions. King Martin Luther is an activist and political leader who served as an inspiration and role model for Negroes and have a great deal of work. He not only supported them but also fought for them equal right. Negroes have always been a target of immoral discrimination by white men. The poor people with dark color, for the sake of honor to get upper dignity in the society, starts to copy rich white people but having few sources and color complexity starts to dominate their personalities which in end they ruins their life. To support them, King has been the phenomena of race. At the time, they are not given by such rights they deserve in every society.
My name is Farid. I am a student of BS English, Literature and Language from University of Saigal. The objective of my research is to show the significance of teaching short story for the development of creative writing. To enlighten the importance of English language, because English is our foreign language, so we have to enhance the student to speak the English frequently. And we have to adopt the different methods and ways to enhance the student creative writing like rather relying on the existing traditional methods. Introduction. The impact of teaching literature is EFL means English as a foreign language. Improving creative writing is a useful way to enrich the learner language as well as vocabulary and in both of the communication skills, written and oral. Literature provides opportunities for the student to express their point of view, emotions and reactions. Therefore, short story as a genre of English literature can be used as a vehicle to improve the student creative writing in English. In order to encourage the student to use their imagination and creative ability, it is reported that the teacher has begun to analyze literary books and employ them in the classroom. Statement of the problem. Enhancing the ability of creative writing, students are found to have different difficulties in vocabulary selection due to the lack of vocabulary. To overcome these difficulties, it is essential to research for the other tools to enhance the student creative writing with the enhancement of vocabulary. Therefore, the researcher attempt to correlate between teaching short story and enhancing of student creative writing with vocabulary enhancement. Research question. Are there any statistical significance difference in short story? In short story skills between the experimental and control group, how does the experimental group feel about the model? Here are some literature views that research methodology, material control, participants, BS English students, volunteer normal students, short story selection, it is chosen by SSCL, story selection control list, accept fairy tales, method, it is a question experimental design with two distinguished groups. One is pre and post test of relative group and non-equivalent. Research design. Strategy study is qualitative and quantitative research. SSCL is used as a research tool for the data collection and to process the target sample. Permission is taken from the college and university, have to collect the data from the student. Data are collected from both the government and private sectors. The reading and writing program based on story selection control list is given to the students. Students should read and analyze according to their own engagement. Theoretical framework. Mathematical framework is based on the theory of Flower-Hive model that explains the composition of this process. It is basically to create ideas which pull the written data from the long-term memories. Writing itself involves a good directive through the process that is directed by the writer on perspectives. Writer and their own objective coming with a high level goals and corresponding support of sub goals, and secondly by revising the significant objectives. Data collection. The criteria of test assessment will be how the students use the elements while writing their story. Sampling procedure and sample size is 60 graduated students participated in this research. Students are divided into two groups, the 30 students in experimental group and other 30 are in control group. Data collection. In the pre-test, students use the following elements are checked to and compare with the pre and post test to decide what is the progress or not in the achievements. The elements are the protagonist, the anagonist, and point of view, use of formal dialogues correctly, description of settings, and so on. Data analysis. In the following test, result will be analyzed and discussed in detail. As mentioned earlier, the students are divided into two groups. Experimental group who are participated in the application of teaching short stories, and control group are not involved in the experiment, but are used to compare the results of both the groups to decide the helpful of teaching the short story in developing of EFL creative writing. Here are the results of data analysis. As shown in the table, there is no significant difference between two tests because there are the negative range 9.50 as compared to the positive range 14.70, which is resembled to the 20 students from the total of 30. This is the experimental group writing short story enhance the student writing skill. Short stories are the good tools that can be used as a remedy to eliminate the difficulties that students face through their writing process. Reading short stories develop the understanding of the elements of story. Reading fictional stories develop the student imagination and obviously creative writing of the students. Teaching and reading short story develop the student vocabulary and enhance the student vocabulary. Conclusion. By reference to the findings of the research, it's worth nothing that writing essays develop other language skills and higher the order of thinking ability. Furthermore, reading short story develop the student imagination thinking ability teaching short story is advisable use for students for learning of language and enhancement of their vocabulary. And other references of my paper. Thank you. Any question?
Now I would like to call Sayyid Ali. His topic of presentation is Impact of English Newspapers in Building ELF Vocabulary at Higher Secondary Level in Pakistan.
My name is Radhali and I am a student of University of Saba. Today I will here to present my research paper. The title of my research paper is Impact of English Vocabulary in Building Impact of English Newspaper in Building ELF Vocabulary at Higher Secondary Level in Pakistan. First of all, I discuss about the research objective. The first objective discuss English newspaper really improve the students' vocabulary, and the second part is discuss the newspaper is used and other skills developing the students is a reading skills, and the third point is to check how the student learn new vocabulary and use in their daily conversation. Introduction. Vocabulary is an essential part of learning in foreign language. That is helpful for the students to build these conversations. Reading English newspaper facilitates the students learn quick vocabulary. It can boost the students' competence, and that can when a student he or she learn vocabulary, they can analyze any content. The Dawn newspaper is very original and students can use in the routine conversation. Here is a statement of problem. The absence of vocabulary is the major issue faced by the student even at higher secondary level. Lack of vocabulary is the basic problem in frequency of the target language. Here is a research questions. How reading English newspaper? How reading Hello. How reading an English newspaper is helpful in vocabulary building. In reading the English newspaper is an effective technique to learn English. Here is some literature use of the previous research data related to this topic. Here is the research methodology. This research is quantitative in nature. The study is followed by the plan steps: research design, population sample, sampling method, and tool of data collection. Here is the research design. Current study is a qualitative in nature. According to Audit 2000, a research design is a procedure to study a small or large population by selecting and analyzing the data collected from the sample. Population of this study was consisted of the students of the higher secondary level of Pakistan. Sample of the 50 students are conducted at the higher secondary level, grade 11th and 12th. Sampling method. Sampling is a technique used to select a small or large group of the population. Tool of data collection. Questionnaire and the word of list is used as a tool of data collection by using this data from the students. Framework. In this research, a very urgent innovative model of vocabulary is used. The data in 1997. According to this model, learning task, communication, and information of the mental process involved in presenting correcting significance emphasize on the categories of the mental process. Here is the data collection. Data has been collected by using the technique of the vocabulary test and questionnaire. A pretest is conducted by the learner of higher secondary level in Pakistan of the previous knowledge of vocabulary. The pretest is based on 10 vocabulary words that was chosen from the Dawn newspaper, and two groups control it. After participating in the 4 weeks Dawn newspaper, the first test have been conducted from the learner of control and experiment. A list of 30 words was taken from the Dawn newspaper 3rd June 2022. The main thing of this research is data analysis. The data was analysis from the experimental group is 8.08, and the pre-test vocabulary control group is 2.82 mean, and the vocabulary post-test is control mean formula 105.25, 4.21. This table of the statistical analysis of pre and post-test presenting the average feedback by the students of control and experimental groups. Here is the findings. The main finding of this research is the issue of vocabulary learning is solved by the newspaper. Conclusion: English is an international language and it is a basic requirement of our environment for communication. Here is the some references. Here is the questionnaire. And here the responses conducted after the research. The first is reading newspaper helpful to improve reading skills? The results of this is 100%. Do you think that new vocabulary can be learned by the reading newspaper? Is 98%. Is reading newspaper build confidence among the students of communicate in English? In next 6.1%, and the reading newspaper a powerful technique learn EFF is 96.1%. Thanks. Questions?
To call Mr. Fakar Hussain. His topic of presentation is economic upgrading of chickpea value chains in Punjab, Pakistan, challenges and opportunities.
My name is Fakar Hussain. I'm completed my MS from Agriculture University, Faisalabad, in management specialization in agribusiness. And my topic is economic upgrading of chickpea value chain in Punjab, Pakistan, challenges and opportunities. Introduction of my research. Pakistan economy is based on agriculture sector. It contributes 19.2% to the GDP and provides employment 38.5% of labor force. More than 65% of population depends on agriculture for its livelihood. The fact that the sector has a lot of potential to rise its share of GDP through improved productivity and the use of latest agriculture technology. The pulse is a Latin word and refers to dehydrated seed. The pulse are abundant in protein, fiber, and a variety of vitamins as well as amino acids and an active crop. These are particularly well known. Developing nations are healthy diet. Chickpeas have a dominant position in the production of the country pulse, accounting for 73% of the total area dedicated to pulse cultivation. Chickpea is a popular pulse crop that grows from the seed of leguminous plant called Sissia arginium. This pulse is thought to be at least 75 years old. Chickpea contains the highest amount of protein of any pulse. Chickpea seed include 29% of proteins, 59% of carbohydrates, 3% fiber, 5% iron, and 4% ash. In Pakistan, the area under chickpea production from 2018 to 19 cultivation in 944 hectares and 446 tons produced chickpea. In 2020-21, area under chickpea production in Pakistan is 873 hectares and production is 261 tons. Chickpea used as a besan, dal, gram and green gram. The significant price rise can be lowered by the examine its reliance on the both supply and demand variables. Objectives: to map the chickpea value chain in Punjab, Pakistan, to identify the challenges of chickpea value chain in Punjab, to estimate the economic benefits of various stakeholders involved in chickpea value chain in Punjab, Pakistan, to explore the opportunities of value chain system chickpea in Pakistan and suggest some measures to upgrade chickpea value chains. Methodology: the study will be conducted in the Punjab, Pakistan, Bakar and Layar district of the Punjab per study area. Primary data will be collected from chickpea farmers, commission agents, dal mills, retailers and consumers from district Bakar and Layar by well-designed and pre-tested questionnaire in order to meet objectives of this study. 100 value chain actors from each district will be selected. Descriptive statistics used in frequency distribution and average farm and farm analysis of socio-economic characteristics and makes margin of every actor in value chain in terms of services provided. This is a formula of my research for cost, margin, profit, results and discussions. Divided into 4 parts. The first part is socio-economic characteristics of all the actors. The second part consists of the practice. The third part is cost and margin. The fourth part is consisted of study the major problems at each stage of chickpea value chain. Cost and margin. Chickpea operations and cost per acre chickpea. इसमें सबसे पहले ये आएगा कि चिकपी में जो एक एकड़ के अंदर एक फार्मर का जो एक्सपेंस आता है वो 10,256 रुपए के करीब आता है और जो उसको वो अर्न करता है उससे रेवेन्यू जनरेट करता है वो 19,181 रुपए जनरेट करता है जिससे उसको प्रॉफिट 8,924 रुपए आ रहा है। कमीशन एजेंट जो इससे अपनी कॉस्ट लगाता है वो पर मंथ के हिसाब से है 4,027 रुपए उसका पर मंथ एक्सपेंस आता है और वो जो उससे रेवेन्यू अर्न करता है वो 4,116 रुपए जो उसको प्रॉफिट आ रहा है वो 89 रुपीज का आ रहा है। जो दाल मिल वाले हैं वो भी मंथ के हिसाब से इसमें टेलर है जो अपनी कॉस्ट वो लगा रहा है वो 4,415 रुपए लगा रहा है और उसको जो टोटल रेवेन्यू आ रहा है वो 5,418 रुपए आ रहा है और वो अपने जो प्रॉफिट मार्जिन बीच में रख रहा है वो 1,002 रुपए का प्रॉफिट मार्जिन है। Summary: the study was conducted to chickpea performance, estimate the economic benefits of various stakeholders involved in chickpea value chain in Punjab, Pakistan. The research was based on primary data that was collected from different actors in the district of Bakar and Layar. The data was analyzed through descriptive statistics tools. The major respondents were consumers and they were chosen by using the snowball sampling method and data was obtained. Chickpea production decreased when it was substituted by more profitable crops, but the shortfall in production increased its relative price. The value chain analysis showed that the value chain is rather competitive and profitable for all market functionaries involved in value chain. There is a need for institutional innovation to reduce transaction costs through better coordination of market activities, smallholder farmers, and increased exchange information along the value chain. The result of this would be enhanced availability of better farm to market road links and transport and storage facilities. Recommendations: establishment the policy for the variety of registration of chickpea growers to promoting and protect this crop. Start interest-free credit scheme for small farmers via simple and quite flexible conditions to promote survive and perform different practice themselves. Market committee should be improved. Volatile price should be minimum and fixed. The government must promote chickpea production in Pakistan by monitoring the overall imports and import market. The promotion of chickpea production through contract farming will address by the production gaps and will help to meet with the demand. The government must promote the use of modern irrigation technologies like artificial lift system and sprinkler irrigation system to improve the productivity of chickpea crop. The alternate market chain should be developed by building production centers near the production areas and by having farmer market closer to the area of production. The government should improve chickpea seed variety for the production of better quality and quantity. Thank you. And question?
Construction industry of Pakistan at the principal perspective.
Can we wait for 2 minutes? हमारे पास chief guest आ गए हैं and he is just coming towards the auditorium. So within the presentation, I think introduction कराने के लिए I think we should wait for him. Like we intro and then we'll proceed for the session. He is just coming from that office to the auditorium, so we can just wait for him. He is the great grandson of Sir Sayyed Ahmad Khan. He is from the generation of Sir Sayyed Ahmad Khan basically. He is the elder. He is basically the son of his brother's daughter, who is actually running an organization which is promoting the vision of Sir Sayyed Ahmad Khan. He is with us today. He is 84 years old and we are very thankful to him that he is here with us. It is very difficult for him to walk. I mean, it is taking a while, 5-10 minutes that he is coming from the auditorium, from the office to the auditorium. So we can, if we can, please wait for just a few minutes. first of all, I would like to thank Sir Sayyed Ahmad that he has honored us with his kind presence. वक्त निकाला है हमारे लिए, आप सबके लिए, और especially he is traveled to Lahore, from Lahore to Chiniot just to attend this event. We are very thankful to you, sir. And just to share, हमने कल सर से बात की थी कि आपकी एज की वजह से हम कोशिश करेंगे कि आपको हम 2 o'clock 3 o'clock पे लेके जाएं. So he insisted कि मैं इवेंट देखना चाहता हूँ, मैं देखना चाहता हूँ बच्चे क्या प्रेजेंटेशन दे रहे हैं, बच्चे क्या प्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं, क्या टॉक्स होंगे, so I have to attend them. तो yes, 11 बजे से तकरीबन निकले मैं ट्रैफिक ब्लॉक और ये की वजह से उनको बहुत टाइम लगा, बट ही इंसिस्टेड दैट आई हैव टू बी देयर. मैं सस्टेन कर जाऊंगा, आप मेरी फिक्र ना करें. तो ये आई एम वेरी थैंकफुल. ओके जी, लेट्स मूव टुवर्ड्स द प्रोजेक्ट सक्सेस. दिस इज द रिसर्च टॉपिक ऑफ माइन, प्रोजेक्ट सक्सेस इन द कंस्ट्रक्शन इंडस्ट्री ऑफ पाकिस्तान एंड द प्रिंस 2 पर्सपेक्टिव. अगर मैं बात करूं प्रोजेक्ट सक्सेस की, तो ये बहुत डायनामिक टॉपिक है. प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट और मैनेजमेंट साइंस बहुत डायनामिक टॉपिक है. डिफाइन करना मुश्किल होता है कि प्रोजेक्ट सक्सेस है क्या, राइट? बिकॉज़ प्रोजेक्ट सक्सेस हर इंडस्ट्री के अकॉर्डिंगली चेंज होती रहती है. इंटरनेशनली पाकिस्तान में और इंटरनेशनली 2 मेथोडोलॉजीज यूज होती हैं प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट. मैनेजमेंट साइंस के स्टूडेंट प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट किसी को जानते हैं. एक मेथोडोलॉजी है प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट इंस्टीट्यूट PMI. एक मेथोडोलॉजी है एक्सलॉज की जिसे हम कहते हैं प्रिंस 2, राइट? The research paper I am going to present actually compare the difference in definition of project success according to the Prince 2 methodology and in the construction industry of Pakistan. Why this topic? This topic was selected because most of the time हमने ये चीज देखी है कि पाकिस्तान में हम multiple methodologies use कर रहे होते हैं. कभी हम British methodologies use कर रहे होते हैं, कभी American methodologies use कर रहे होते हैं. Axelos is considered to be a UK based methodology, right? Let's moving on towards the executive summary. The aim of this paper is to provide an insight as to how the project success is measured by the practitioners, means construction industry, working in the construction of Pakistan. What project success is in the light of Prince 2, as I already defined, and then lastly, the paper also provides a comparison of both of the Prince 2 methodology and projects in the construction industry. So let's briefly discuss project होता क्या है. Right? Projects carry out the role of development growth, whether it is the growth of an organization or the development of a country. Without project, it is quite difficult. Modern world में project, and hence projects and their successful completion is vital to is of vital importance to every sector and industry. Similar कंस्ट्रक्शन इंडस्ट्री में भी इसी तरह ही है कि ट्रेडिशनल इंडस्ट्री और इसके लिए प्रोजेक्ट सक्सेस की अहमियत बहुत ज्यादा है. एंड यस, देयर आर अ नंबर ऑफ different project management tools and methodologies that provide guidance as to how a project should be managed, so to ensure that the project has a higher probability of achieving the project success. PMIs, PMBOK and XLOS Prince 2 are among the most widely used 2 methodologies. So yes, the focus of this paper would solely be on Prince 2 and the factors that its methodology identifies that should be kept in mind during the project to ensure that there is higher probability of achieving a project success. Furthermore, this paper will also be looking at how the practitioner of the construction company of industry of Pakistan define project success. And finally, at the end, the paper will also provide a comparison of both of the Prince 2 methodology and the construction industry of Pakistan. So, what is the research objective? How project success is measured by the practitioners and construction industry of Pakistan? What Prince 2 methodology states in regards to project success? A comparison of both Prince 2 and what is actually happening in the construction industry of Pakistan. So yes, what is the literature used? Traditionally, project success was measured by the triple constraints: cost, time, and cost. Cost, time, and scope. Project management में 3 चीजें project management के pillars हैं: cost, time और scope. इसके बगैर project नहीं होता, वो operations की तरफ move on कर जाता है, right? Later, it was observed and identified that the success of project is not only about completing the project in the given scope, cost, or time. टाइम बाय टाइम 2008 में PMI स्टेट करता है कि प्रोजेक्ट सक्सेस जो है वो ट्रिपल कांस्टेंट से मेजर होती है. जितनी जल्दी मैनेजमेंट टूल्स इवॉल्व हो रहे हैं, 2008 से 2005 के अंदर ऑथर्स कहते हैं कि प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट सिर्फ ये नहीं है कि आप प्रोजेक्ट डिफाइन बजट, डिफाइन स्केड्यूल और डिफाइन स्कोप के अंदर कंप्लीट कर लें, बट अबाउट गेटिंग एक्सेप्टेंस फ्रॉम द कस्टमर्स। जब तक कस्टमर्स आपका प्रोजेक्ट एक्सेप्ट नहीं करता तब तक आपका प्रोजेक्ट सक्सेसफुल नहीं हो सकता, right? And stakeholders, and also securing the future project. And there are few papers like like this is the Saturday internal 2005. They stated that project जब तक कस्टमर से एक्सेप्ट होगा और आपके पास चांसेस हैं उस प्रोजेक्ट की वजह से फ्यूचर में प्रोजेक्ट्स लेने के, that project will be considered as a successful project. And then Muhammadan Internal suggested that customer satisfaction and stakeholder satisfaction is one of the key indicators for project success. Okay, achievement of customer objectives and the achievement of objective of the project organization. ICA further explains the project should be considered successful when it provides benefits to the consumer. एक चीज है कि कस्टमर ने एक प्रोजेक्ट परचेज किया, एक सर्विस ली, प्रोजेक्ट एंड हो गया। ट्रेडिशनली ये था कि प्रोजेक्ट एंड प्रोजेक्ट सक्सेसफुल, उसके बाद हुआ कस्टमर ने एक्सेप्ट कर लिया, राइट, प्रोजेक्ट सक्सेसफुल हो गया। मॉडर्न मेथोडोलॉजीज में देयर इज अनदर स्टेप, जब वो कस्टमर आपका कंज्यूमर बन गया है, अब वो जो कंज्यूमर आपका सेटिस्फाइड होगा तब प्रोजेक्ट सक्सेसफुल होगा, राइट। Majority of the studies have highlighted time, cost, quality, and customer and other stakeholder satisfaction as the most important component in regard to the project success. इसी तरह scope, time, and cost की तरह से मैंने customer satisfaction, stakeholder satisfaction, consumer satisfaction की बात की है। 40 internal, external factors आज तक define हो चुके हैं जो कि हमारी project success को define करते हैं। 40 external factors. 40 external factors and 30 internal factors. Like here, total 74 factors are now considered as the project success according to exhaust. Okay, थोड़ा सा बोल के बुलाया। Okay, in regard to Prince 2, it is the project management methodology that attributes the project delivery into 3 tiers. The first one being the output, प्रोजेक्ट की जो डिलीवरी होती है वो 3 टियर, प्रोजेक्ट इज एंडेड। द सेकंड वन इज आउटकम, जब वो प्रोजेक्ट यूज होना शुरू हुआ उसका पहला रिजल्ट आया, दैट इज द आउटकम। एंड देन लास्ट वन इज कस्टमर बेनिफिट, ये थर्ड टियर है आपकी प्रोजेक्ट सक्सेस का। ऑल द 3 मस्ट बी अचीव्ड फॉर अ प्रोजेक्ट टू बी कंसीडर्ड अ सक्सेसफुल प्रोजेक्ट। प्रिंस 2 ये कहता है जब ये तीनों चीजें इंक्लूड होंगी तब हमारा प्रोजेक्ट सक्सेसफुल होगा। और प्रिंस 2 ने 6 KPIs, की परफॉर्मेंस इंडिकेटर्स डिफाइन किए हैं जो कि प्रोजेक्ट को सक्सेसफुल किया। दिस इज अ टोटली एक्सप्लोरेटिव, जिसे हम कहते हैं क्वालिटेटिव रिसर्च केस स्टडी, राइट। इस पूरे केस स्टडी में we targeted 20 companies among which we were able to conduct the interviews from 13 companies. एक्सप्लोरेटिव जो रिसर्च के स्टूडेंट्स बैठे हैं, जो एक्सप्लोरेटिव रिसर्च होती है जिसे हम क्वालिटेटिव रिसर्च कहते हैं, उसमें हम इंटरव्यूज कंडक्ट करते हैं और उन इंटरव्यूज का हम सब्जेक्टिव आंसर्स देते हैं और सब्जेक्टिव आंसर्स को फर्दर हम थीमेटिक एनालिसिस और फ्रीक्वेंसी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन और फ्रीक्वेंसी एनालिसिस के थ्रू उनकी हम एनालिसिस करते हैं, एनालिसिस करके हम उसकी रिपोर्ट प्रेजेंट करते हैं। 13 रिस्पोंडेंट्स ने रिस्पॉन्ड किया था। इंटरव्यूज आर कंडक्टेड बोथ इन पर्सन एंड टेलीफोनिकली। A general analytical skill approach and content analysis technique was used. So the most important thing है findings project इसकी पेपर की बेसिकली क्या है। Based on the data collected from the interviews, 62% of the respondents have identified time as a project success. 40% of the respondents have identified quality of the project. अब quality of the project triple constant का technical हिस्सा नहीं है, but still 40% of the people in the market are actually identifying quality as an indicator of project success. 40% of the respondents have also identified cause as a project success factor, while 30% of the respondents have identified meeting customers' requirements. This was a very different thing, right? Customer ने आपको जो deliverables की requirements दी हैं, we do have the people from Love Bites, for example, अगर आप इसको एग्जाम्पलीफाई करते हैं रियल लाइफ में, ऑर्डर आता है पिज्जा का, राइट, इनका ऑर्डर आ गया, पिज्जा का ऑर्डर है, जनरल ऑर्डर है, ये उस पिज्जा के अंदर फ्लेवर अपनी मर्जी का दे देते हैं, राइट, तो प्रोजेक्ट सक्सेसफुल होगा नहीं होगा। अगर मैं ब्रांडिंग करूं तो ओके, सो अगर बिहारी कबाब का ऑर्डर आया और मैं रॉयल क्रस्ट दे रहा हूं तो मेरे कस्टमर की रिक्वायरमेंट पूरी नहीं हो रही है। सो 30% ऑफ द रिस्पोंडेंट्स ने ये कहा है कि प्रोजेक्ट सक्सेसफुल नहीं है जब तक आप कस्टमर की रिक्वायरमेंट्स पूरी नहीं कर रहे, चाहे आप बाकी चीजें पूरी क्यों नहीं हो रही है। एंड 15% ऑफ द रिस्पोंडेंट्स हैव आइडेंटिफाइड द प्रोजेक्ट टीम्स एक्सपीरियंस। तो एचआर है, जो टीम है, जो इंटरनल लोग हैं जो प्रोजेक्ट के ऊपर काम कर रहे हैं, अगर वो प्रोजेक्ट से satisfied हैं तो प्रोजेक्ट सक्सेसफुल होगा। While some other factors were also quietly rare identified with practitioners but were quietly frequently mentioned, which is stakeholder satisfaction, planning, team satisfaction, customer benefits, etc. Okay, project success evolve किस तरह से हुआ है? ये ऐसा मॉडल है जो कि 2009 से अब तक इवॉल्व होता जा रहा है। स्टार्टिंग हुई थी हमारी लेजर वीडियो, you can see the last bar 1960 and this is still going on, right? Then end user satisfaction add हुआ project success में, and then benefits to customer add हुआ, benefits to project personnel add हुआ, project की team है, and then client satisfaction add हुई है, strategic objective of the client organization add हुई है, benefits to the organization add हुआ, and this is still evolving. Management science इतनी interesting study है, this is evolving on a daily basis. डेली बेसिस पे न्यू लिटरेचर आ रहा है, न्यू टॉपिक्स आ रहे हैं, उसके ऊपर बहुत मजे की रिसर्च है। इवन ये पेपर हमने 2017 का लिटरेचर है लेटेस्ट, अगर हम आज देखेंगे तो शायद इसके ऊपर 74 है, 74 से मल्टीप्लाई होगा, राइट। द मोस्ट एंड लीस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट प्रोजेक्ट फैक्टर, 55% of respondents have identified that for them quality is the most important factor, whereas the least important factor was construction companies has been time. कंस्ट्रक्शन कंपनीज ये कहती हैं कि टाइम हमारे लिए कोई बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट प्रोजेक्ट सक्सेस फैक्टर नहीं है, राइट? क्यों? बिकॉज लिविंग इन पाकिस्तान कंस्ट्रक्शन प्रोजेक्ट्स मोस्टली डिले होते हैं। नीलम झेलम प्रोजेक्ट आज से बहुत साल पहले शुरू हुआ और आज तक वो प्रोजेक्ट ड्यूरिंग द इम्प्लीमेंटेशन है, वो कंप्लीट नहीं हो सका। कंस्ट्रक्शन प्रोजेक्ट्स मोस्टली डिले होते हैं, इसलिए कंस्ट्रक्शन कंपनी कहती हैं कि मोस्टली हम टाइम को इतनी ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंस नहीं देते, हम बजट, कस्टमर सेटिस्फैक्शन और क्लाइंट सेटिस्फैक्शन को ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंस देते हैं। Whereas, okay, this shows that the majority of the companies rank quality as a factor on which they do not compromise, and if they ever have to compromise, time promised would be compromised, as discussed. All of the companies have stated that they try best not to compromise on any of the factors, but since project by nature are what is this? Susceptible, like which is respondent to change, right? Practitioners sometimes have to make hard choices by trading off one component to attain another. Consumer benefit as a project success, only around 8% of the respondents identified consumer benefits as the customer project success factor, while the rest of 92% did not mention it all on their own. But when asked about importance of the consumer benefit of the project success, all of them strongly emphasized that yes, it is a very important factor. हमारे पास 8% लोगों ने सिर्फ मेंशन किया था कि कंज्यूमर की सेटिस्फैक्शन हमारे लिए जरूरी है, लेकिन जब पूछा गया कि क्या कंज्यूमर की सेटिस्फैक्शन जरूरी है तो उस वक्त कहा था नहीं। बहुत सारे लोगों ने कि यस जरूरी है, लेकिन हम इंटेंशनली मेजर करते हुए उनको कंसीडर नहीं करते। Only one respondent mentioned that this is actually how we measure the performance of the project. If a consumer is not satisfied, project is not successful. Uncertainties project क्या होती हैं? बहुत सारी uncertainties इंक्लूड जो कि project success को इफेक्ट करती हैं। Natural disasters हैं, budget shortages हैं, time shortages हैं, political instability living in Pakistan obviously, inflation है, currency fluctuations है, labor issues हैं, strikes हैं, import delays हैं। जो सबसे कंपनीज आइडेंटिफाई की हैं जो कि मैनेज किस तरह करते हैं इंस्टीट्यूट, कंसल्टेंट हायर करते हैं, कंटीजेंसी बजट रिजर्व रखते हैं ताकि अगर कोई खुदा ना खास्ता आपदा आती है तो उसके अकॉर्डिंगली मैनेज कर सकते हैं। आजकल फ्लड चल रहा है तो जो उधर के प्रोजेक्ट्स होंगे वो डिले हो रहे होंगे, लेकिन मैनेजमेंट रिजर्व में कंटीजेंसी रिजर्व रखा होगा जो कि उस प्रोजेक्ट को कूप अप करने के लिए यूज करेंगे। बाय कीपिंग इन व्यू द पास्ट एक्सपीरियंस एंड लेसन लर्न, पुराने पाकिस्तान में फ्लड ऑलमोस्ट आफ्टर अ फ्यू इयर्स आता है, तो हमारे प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट में एक डॉक्यूमेंट होता है लेसन्स लर्न का एक डॉक्यूमेंट होता है। हम प्रीवियस सेम प्रोजेक्ट से वो डॉक्यूमेंट लेते हैं और देखते हैं कि पिछले प्रोजेक्ट ने, फॉर एग्जांपल अगर हम डैम डेवलप कर रहे हैं तो डैम के दौरान जब सैलाब आया था तो उन्होंने उस प्रोजेक्ट को कूप अप किस तरह से किया, by proper planning and coordination, by having plan B and plan C as always prepared. A comparison? Okay, I'm just having short of time. So Prince 2 is a methodology that states how projects should be managed and hence does not clearly state what project success is. Rather, it only identifies factors, that is key performance indicators that must be kept in mind during projects, as these factors will increase the likelihood of the project success. Project Pakistan construction industry कहती है कि is not specifically following any of the specific methodology. अगर हम बात करें स्पेसिफिकली एक्सलॉज की, प्रिंस 2 की या PMI की, पाकिस्तान की इंडस्ट्री स्पेसिफिकली कोई मेथोडोलॉजी यूज नहीं कर रही एज यूजुअल, राइट? देयर इज अ मिक्स ऑफ बोथ ऑफ द मेथोडोलॉजी। हर इंडस्ट्री अपनी मर्जी के अकॉर्डिंगली, अपनी रिक्वायरमेंट्स के अकॉर्डिंगली मल्टीपल मेथोडोलॉजीज यूज कर रही हैं। Prince 2 suggests that to measure the project success systematically by maintaining the documents and keeping all the information about KPIs throughout all the project, construction industry of Pakistan is mainly only maintaining the document for the factors of cost and time. इंडस्ट्री के अंदर सिर्फ कॉस्ट और टाइम को मेंटेन किया जा रहा है, जबकि प्रिंस 2 ये कहता है कि आप 6 के 6 KPIs को नोट डाउन करें। प्रिंस 2 कहता है कि रिस्क एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्टर है और रिस्क नेगेटिव भी होता है और पॉजिटिव भी होता है, जिसे हम कहते हैं कि अपॉर्चुनिटी और थ्रेट। ये दो किस्म के रिस्क हैं, पॉजिटिव रिस्क इज अपॉर्चुनिटी एंड नेगेटिव रिस्क इज थ्रेट। जबकि पाकिस्तान इंडस्ट्री, नेगेटिव इंडस्ट्री, वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ जो रिस्क है उसको नेगेटिवली परसीव करते हैं। रिकमेंडेशन फ्यूचर रिसर्च के लिए क्या है? This research is in form of viewpoint of construction industry, हम multiple industries, software industries और उनके ऊपर multiple projects, इस तरह के research projects कर सकते हैं और project success के KPIs identify कर सकते हैं। हम multiple stakeholders और हमने वाली research के जो focus था वो project managers थे। हम इसको top order approach लेके आ सकते हैं और multiple hierarchy पे लोग on board ले सकते हैं research conduct करने के लिए। Furthermore, the gauge of what makes a project successful one may be different for different industries, right? And hence future researchers can conduct the same study in different industries like IT industry, projects, NGOs, social welfare department, or anyone. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, please. Any questions from your side? Accounting project success or anyone. If you have any kind of question, you can also drop me an email about it. If you want a detailed paper of it also, I can also provide you that. Anything. Thank you so much for your time, for listening. I know I took a lot of time. Thank you so much.
And religiously, they were enjoying affinity, but the relations could not be normalized between the two countries. My research question was, actually you can see on your screens, that what were the major policy formulations of Pakistan during the said period, despite being never. Now, I actually chose 6 issues that were proving as a hurdle between the two countries. Number 1, the first one was Durand Line issue that was signed between Afghanistan, Amir Abdurrahman, and the British ICS officer Sir Mortimer Durand. Now from that onward, the Afghans actually, for some benefits, for pensions, they actually compromised the borders and there was no tribal jirga held, or the Amir Abdurrahman didn't consult the tribesmen. So he unilaterally decided that why we should not keep safe Afghanistan instead of keeping the tribes with himself. After that, Durand Line issue actually was inherited by Pakistan. First of all, Untitled Chapter was an organization in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, the current Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, which was at that time called the Northwest Frontier Province. And that organization demanded an independent Pashtunistan. It sided with the Indian National Congress. But after 1947, when the partition of India was taking place, Afghanistan actually took up the issue and they also demanded the same. With the addition of further demand, and they said that actually whenever the KP people will be given the choice to choose between India and Pakistan, then there should be a choice that the people should choose between Afghanistan and Pakistan rather than between India and Pakistan. So this was the major point of departure. And on its basis, Afghanistan voted against Pakistan in the United Nations organizations on 28 October 1947. So, then onward, the relations were proving harsher between the two countries, and in 1949, Pakistan attacked inside Afghanistan, airstrike attacks inside Afghanistan. After that, Afghan-Zuya Jirga was organized and it repudiated all the treaties that were formerly, territorial treaties that were formerly concluded with the British. And in 1955, again, it repudiated the treaties and declared that Pakistan has no such suzerainty over the Pashtun areas of Pakistan. And started a one-unit plan, like the one-unit plan that was adopted over here in this part of the land, in the mainland Pakistan, against Bengal. So it was the same on the model of that plan that Afghanistan actually decided that there should be a one-unit plan. Now, coming to decide or to discuss this history of our relations, Pakistan started out a solution. Then to counter the claims of Afghan nationalists, why not that we should support the Islamist Mujahideens and its own favorites, like Muhammadan Educational was promoted. For the first time, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto hosted the Afghan Islamists who were actually beaten by Sardar Dawood, Prime Minister Sardar Dawood. So when Pakistan hosted them, Pakistan was thinking that it's the only way to counter the Afghan claims. And Sardar Dawood time and again prompted this issue. He issued a provocative statement, but after 1978 to 1976 to 1978, the relations improved a little bit. So, why the relation improved? Because Sardar Dawood turned towards Pakistan and the United States of America, which actually antagonized the communists in Afghanistan. And then the Haq faction of People Democratic Party of Afghanistan actually taken its own self, and the government of Sardar Dawood was thrown in a bloody coup. So after that, Nur Muhammad Tarakai continued the same policy of supporting the Pashtunistan issue. And when Hafizullah Amin launched a palace coup, he actually stepped back from that policy and he was pursuing a policy of friendship towards Pakistan, but he again was killed with the help of the Soviet Union of Soviet Socialist Republic in December 1979. So when Babur Karmal ascended to the throne, actually, it's moving forward. I'm trying to reverse it, but it's moving forward. So, okay, thank you. So Babur Karmal continued the same policy of supporting the Pashtunistan and the Baloch separatist movements inside Pakistan, while Pakistan supported the Afghan Mujahideen groups, and Muhammadan Educational was promoted. His Hizb Islami became the iconic or the focal point of Pakistani intelligence, inter-services intelligence. So then, when the policy was changing of Soviet Union under Gorbachev, he was actually withdrawing the forces from Afghanistan, thinking that it cannot keep Afghanistan for a long time. So after that, actually Soviet withdrew under the Treaty of Geneva Accord in 1988. But then a civil war erupted between the Afghan Mujahideen, considering each other as infidels. They were not trusting each other, so they were considering each other infidels. Pakistan still was supporting the Mujahideen groups, but they were not emerging triumphant. And so Pakistan was feeling exhausted. In the meantime, the Taliban emerged as a local movement in Afghanistan, whose posture was presented to the world as the Pashtuns. Actually, I believe that Taliban were never ever Pashtuns or Arab, because Taliban were brought up in the madrasas, they were brainwashed, their mindset was changed, and they didn't have a clue about the Pashtun history. Whatever their effort, I have gone through their sources, like the Call from the Pulpit was their magazine, Rasmi Jarida was their magazine. So in those magazines, they have referred to the Pashtun history with the Islamic mindset. They would say that, look, Ahmad Shah Abdali defeated the Marhatas on the basis of his Islamic faith. Look, the British was defeated by the Afghans on the basis of Islamic faith. However, the Pashtun society was the most secular society in the world. It was the story of the General Ziaul Haq and his support of the Mujahideen and Taliban, and we are today haunted by those policies of General Ziaul Haq. May Allah bless him. So then Pakistan supported the Taliban, and the Taliban, when came to power, they invaded. But then they come to the focus of the world because of hosting the terrorist network of Al-Qaeda and its leader Osama bin Laden, and for neglecting civil rights to the Afghans in general. So the Pakistan at the time of Taliban ascendancy also believed that actually Taliban will step back from the traditional claim of Afghanistan that was of Durand Line. But in 1998, Taliban again claimed the Durand Line. So it was quite a shock to the Pakistani establishment. And then the world turned against the Taliban, and when the mega event of 2001 took place, that was the terrorist attack on the Twin Towers of World Trade Centers in New York, United States of America. So Pakistan was asked that whether it want to be with the America or it want to continue its pro-Taliban policy. There was a third option as well. General Musharraf often quoted this statement that I was given two options, either with us or against us. There was a third option, and that was to remain neutral. But Pakistan chose to actually retreat from its pro-Taliban policy and now to join the American war against terrorism. So the war against terrorism was joined by Pakistan. Another major objective of Pakistan for supporting the Taliban was the strategic depth policy. It was not a strategic depth policy of Pakistan. It was a strategic depth policy for Pakistan. And it has proved that Pakistan made a wrong choice by referring to Islamization, and still the Islamist forces are a threat to the very existence of the country, and we do not know that how to handle them. We have launched multiple operations to curb militancy, but we could not. So actually it is like playing with the fire. So after 2001, Pakistan stepped back from its pro-Taliban policy, joined the global war on terrorism, and then Pakistan still was seen with a suspicion by the new Afghan interim government and later on the elected government, because the new Afghan government was predominantly a non-Pashtun government. The Northern Alliance was dominant in the cabinet, and they actually gave a blow to the strategic depth policy of Pakistan. So India was provided much influence. Pakistan feel that was trying to oppose it, but it happened and India got an influence in Afghanistan. So war on terrorism from Pakistan proved once again a wrong choice, and after 2003 or 4, when a separation was launched, and in 2003 and 4 against the Pakistani Taliban, who had infiltrated in the border areas as a safe havens. So in 2007, July 2007, Taliban of Pakistan formed an organization that is known by the name of Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. So, Tehreek-e-Taliban, when the incident of Lal Masjid took place in December 2007, so the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan turned against the institutions of Pakistan and the personalities of Pakistan, targeted the common masses. And when Zir Bhutto was also martyred, just before the elections. So, then Pakistan launched various operations like the Zalzala operation, like is an offshoot of the Islamist policy of Pakistan. So then Pakistan, the role of Pakistan, it faced the brunt in the mega event, another mega event on December 16, 2014 took place, and the children of the United States. The United States of America and Taliban. Actually, Barack Obama started a policy that I want to retrieve my forces from Afghanistan, and the war in Afghanistan is prolonged. So America needs to withdraw its forces. But the impetus to this policy was given by Donald Trump, and Pakistan diplomacy was seen as more active in set up in Afghanistan, which was minded by Ashraf Ghani at that time, and he said that Pakistan should not interfere in Afghanistan. So the relation once again became sore. After that, Pakistan mediated, and on 29 February 2020, the famous Doha agreement took place between the Taliban and Afghanistan. So keep it in mind here that on this occasion too, the Afghan government was neglected and ignored. It was necessary for Pakistan and for the United States that there should be a settlement between the Afghans and Taliban before the settlement between US and the Taliban. But a blunder was committed over here too. So after that, the Taliban continued the insurgency. America withdrew its forces, but Taliban continued the insurgency, and Ashraf Ghani neglected what was asked from him by the Americans. He didn't release the prisoners, so it became a deadlock between the Taliban and Ashraf Ghani, and finally Ashraf Ghani was ousted from power in August 2021. So my conclusion is that on one side, Durham Line, Pashtunistan issue, the offshoot of Durham Line of Pashtunistan issue, and Dir issue. So Pakistan should not subject its relation with Afghanistan to Durham Line. There are multiple other issues over which it can engage with Afghanistan. Otherwise, if you keep your hands off from Afghanistan, then India will find a chance, and it will again improve its relation with Afghanistan. Number one. Number two, Pakistan should abstain from supporting the Taliban or religious cadres, because when we have institutions for the said purposes, why we are supporting such Islamist forces? And third, in the mediation between America and Taliban, Pakistan should have played a transparent role, instead of playing a dubious role and falling prey to the criticism of the Afghan intelligentsia or the Afghan dignitaries. Ashraf Ghani later on criticized Pakistan for supporting the Taliban, and to which Imran Khan defied by saying that, look, it is an internal problem of Afghanistan and we are not part of it. But reality is something different. So Taliban are again finding an encouragement with the success of the Afghan Taliban, and they are emerging in Swat, in Bajaur, and in Waziristan. People are complaining about that, but their voices are falling on deaf ears. So they need to be given attention. Otherwise, once the cancer spreads in the body, it will be quite difficult to treat it. Thank you, and thank you so much.
His topic of presentation is assessment offices in Madrasa town, Balochistan, Pakistan.
मेरी फोटो खींच लेने
अच्छा, आज जैसे सर सैयद अहमद खान के जो बड़ होते हैं उनकी तरफ से साहब आए हैं, तो उनको भी हम वेलकम करते हैं और उनको ये जो तमाम इवेंट है उसका क्रेडिट उनको देते हैं कि सर सैयद अहमद खान की याद में उनकी तालीमात से मुतासिर होकर ये कॉन्फ्रेंस मुनक़िद किया गया है और हम ये होप करते हैं कि इंशाल्लाह ये सिलसिला जो है वो जारी रहेगा। अच्छा, अब ये मेरी पीएचडी जो है वो अर्बन प्लानिंग के अंदर है और आप लोगों की जो डायरेक्टर साहब हैं उनसे आज मिला नहीं हूँ मैं। 5-6 साल हमने इकट्ठे गुजारे बैंकॉक में। थाईलैंड से पीएचडी साहब हमारे साथ होते थे, तो सुबह में उनसे थोड़ा सा चुप किया मैंने कहा कि प्रेजेंटेशन देने के बाद थोड़ा जाके मिलेंगे, हम इकट्ठे रहे एक साथ। मेरी जो पीएचडी वो अर्बन प्लानिंग के अंदर है और ये मेरे एक स्टूडेंट थे मालिक, ये उनका रिसर्च है। असल में तो ये यहाँ पर इवेंट पे आना, आप लोगों के साथ मिलना और अपने एक्सपीरियंसेस वगैरह शेयर करना था उन्हें ये प्रेजेंटेशन। पहली टाइप को हम कहते हैं कि हम घरों के अंदर रहते हैं रेजिडेंशियल सॉलिड वेस्ट, फिर हम जब इंडस्ट्रीज के अंदर काम करते हैं तो इंडस्ट्रियल सॉलिड वेस्ट हम प्रोड्यूस करते हैं, रॉ मटेरियल को जब हम फिनिश प्रोडक्ट के अंदर कन्वर्ट करते हैं तो सॉलिड वेस्ट निकल आता है। जो तीसरा है वो है एग्रीकल्चरल सॉलिड वेस्ट। बहुत सारी फैसिलिटीज है, चाहे वो टर्शियरी केयर हॉस्पिटल्स हो, सेकेंडरी केयर हो या प्राइमरी केयर हॉस्पिटल्स हो, और उनके अंदर मरीजों की तीमारदारी के दौरान, ऑपरेशंस के दौरान, और ये जो चौथा किस्म का सॉलिड वेस्ट है ये जनरेट होता है सॉलिड वेस्ट का, उसको सेग्रीगेट कर देना। एक बार की जो दुनिया है, बार की जो बाहर की दुनिया है वहाँ पर इसके ऊपर काम हो रहा है और थाईलैंड से मेरे पीछे 7 साल वहाँ पर गुजारे हैं। उनका एक तरीक़ेकार रहा है कि वहाँ पर आपको 3